saving the UK government thousands of pounds a week in care costs whilst he's forced to wear 2 coats to keep warm whilst she's at school. Dylan Thomas relies on his carer's allowance and can't get a job away from the home because he looks after 15-year-old Kira. The charity Action for Children is now calling on the UK government to help more, but ministers say they are listening and have raised benefits by more than 10% this year. Joanne Gallagher's been to meet Dylan and his daughter at their home.
Moo, said the cow. Ba, said the sheep. Cluck, said the hens. And that was the plan.
Widower Dylan Thomas cares for Kira, his disabled teenage daughter, 24/7. He says it's a joy, but he's her sole carer. He relies on his carer's allowance to make ends meet. Getting a job when bills go up isn't an option for him. Who would look after Kira?
I have to be there all the time for her. It's a full-time job. My life is centred around what I do for her. People have said in the past, would you like to go to work? Well, today's a prime example. She isn't in school today. If I was employed by an employer, I wouldn't be able to go to work today.
By caring for Kira, and he has no complaints, he believes he saves the UK government thousands of pounds a week.
If my caring duties were taken over by, a carer that was maybe paid for by the government, I could then be somebody who becomes a member of society that's putting my taxes into the pot. But I can't do that. If I wanted the government to sort of do some of her care, it would cost them a lot more to employ somebody than for me to do it. So it's a vicious circle. Much as I'd like to pay for those things myself, it's an impossibility.
They're getting value for money from you, aren't they?
I think so. I'm not someone that complains, but it feels a little bit like that sometimes, yeah.
Dylan spends £200 a month on gas and electricity. On top of that comes food. He can't cut back when Kira's home, so he goes without, something the charity Action for Children noticed and stepped in.
A member of the staff last year, Jules, came to my house with some paperwork for me to fill in and noticed that I was wearing 2 coats. And she said, "Why are you wearing 2 coats?" My daughter wasn't here. She was luckily getting respite. But because she wasn't here, I couldn't afford to hit the house. She then managed to get us £150 worth of food vouchers, which freed up £150 of money that I had.
Often this time of year brings extra stress, and this charity want UK ministers to do more.
We are looking at the UK government to step